Guest is Michael Cohen. He has a new book. It's called Disloyal. Michael is back with me. Michael, let's talk about race. I mentioned some of the quotes, if we can put some of them up. And this is from page 272, Trump on Nelson Mandela. Mandela effed the whole country up. Now it's a shithole. F Mandela. He is no leader. And then on page 107, you said, as a rule, Trump expressed low opinions of all black folks, from music to culture and politics. Africa was a hellhole, he believed. Nelson Mandela, to use but one example, was an object of contempt for Trump. You talked about how he feels about African Americans, and that, not that they were friends with him, but he only liked people who were very famous if they were black people, but he really didn't know any black people or have any black friends. Tell me about Trump as it relates to black people specifically.
Well, let me say that there was also only one black employee in the entire Trump organization. You may remember, again, I said that at the House Oversight when Mark Meadows paraded her out in order to discredit me and state that Donald Trump is not a racist. I mean, I'm not really sure why people don't get it. Donald Trump is a racist. His sister said it. His older sister said it. His niece said it. I'm saying it. Stephanie Winston Wolkoff is saying it. Everybody who technically knows him is telling you that the man is a racist. I'm not sure why people just don't get it.
But you worked for him, and you did his bidding. You did the bidding of a racist.
Well, what I did is I created the National Diversity Coalition, hoping that I can actually paint a different portrait of the man, that he would understand that it doesn't work. You can't be a racist and run for president, right? You're going to need to do things like I did with the great Jim Brown with the mciahel program. My hope was that he would actually rise to the level of being the president for all people and not just his friends, his cronies.
But as I understood in the book, Michael, you did that because you were trying to change the narrative, that you were trying to rebrand the president, so to speak, as not being a racist, not necessarily trying to change his mind, because he put, I think it was a diversity, but he didn't want minority or anything like that in the title of the coalition. So were you doing it to rebrand him, or were you doing it to show him a better way?
I was doing it for both. My hope was that, again, he would rise to the level of the president for all people, not just for his base.
Mm-hmm. So I wanted the stuff that you write about Obama. It was really just, it's amazing, because he has this fascination with Obama that he really deeply admires him, but he can't admit it to himself or publicly, so therefore he lashes out at the former president. And then just some of what he said about the former president. He said, you said when Obama, you talked about when Obama won against Mitt Romney and against even Hillary Clinton, that he could not stand it. It was an out-of-body experience for him, that he thought, this was about the Nobel Prize, but he thought that the universe was playing a cruel trick on him, because there is no way that a black man who was graduated magna cum laude, was the editor of the Harvard Law Review, that there's no way he could be president, that it must be an affirmative action hire or a student, because there's no way he could do that.
That's correct. And where he started this, as of course being the chief of birtherism, he saw that it was appealing to a large population. And as he watched his name appear on the front pages of the newspapers more and more, he just ran with that popularist view that he thought was going to help him. See, Donald Trump, again, he doesn't care about anyone or anything other than himself. And his need to feed his ego is so great. He needed to see his name in the newspapers. He was willing to say whatever it took, even if he knows that it's racist and it's wrong.
So he knew that there was nothing to the birther thing, because he said,
of course.
You said when he told you, as I recall from the book, he called up a reporter and said, I've got a team of investigators in Kenya and in Hawaii, and you wouldn't believe the things I'm coming up with. He just made it up, called a reporter, And you said, well, I don't believe we have anybody in those places. You want me to send someone? And he said, no, I don't care, because you think Obama, wait till this headline comes out, you think he hates me now.
It doesn't matter what the truth is. It's his truth.
But he knew it wasn't true.
It's not true. We never sent anybody. He never sent anybody. He's too cheap to send anybody. I mean, the notion that he was sending somebody to Hawaii, he didn't care. He was going to get the same bang for his buck by telling somebody he sent a crew, and who wouldn't believe it? I mean, Donald Trump, has money. He's a billionaire. So why would Donald Trump, if he wants to prove that President Obama was not born in the United States, why would he not send investigators?
And you said the media fell for it. The media helped him spread that lie.
How about hook, line, and sinker, my friend? Hook, line, and sinker.
So he says that you said he knew better, he didn't care. And then you have this thing about, we put it up about when he won the Nobel Prize. You said that Trump went ballistic, as if the universe were playing some trick on him to drive him out of his mind. But then we have this faux Obama that he hired, which was
Nobel Peace Prize. Wait, Nobel Peace Prize. What did he do? So, according to President Trump, what did he do to deserve the Nobel Peace Prize? Right? Because he's black and he became the first black president of the United States. He's not entitled to a Nobel Peace Prize. What did he do? And that's why Trump is so fixated right now on getting this Nobel Peace Prize that he got,
listen, in fairness, people ask that question, but you say, but what was behind it for him, and the anger was quite different than people who are legitimately saying, why did this president get the Peace Prize?
Well, he wants that Peace Prize. If Barack Hussein Obama is capable of getting the Nobel Peace Prize, why should he not? For the same reason why, he wanted David Pecker to become the editor-in-chief of Time magazine so he could be Times Man of the Year every year.
You said he was actually afraid of being
insatiable ego.
He was actually afraid of going head-to-head with Barack Obama in the election, and also just in a debate, or, even intellectually, because he knows the former president is much brighter than he is. That was a real fear for him.
Well, that certainly upsets him.
Meaning?
Well, that Barack Obama graduated top of his class from Harvard, got it on his own volition, right? And clearly is a master orator. And he's also a skilled debater. Donald Trump will turn around and tell you he's never debated before in his life. And therefore, but he knows better and he knows more. And the reason he believed that is because he doesn't work off of facts.
You said that he was a middling student. You think that he asked to see Barack Obama's student records, but people who saw his, or if they actually saw his records, they'd find out that he was not a great student and had some disciplinary problems. And so you masterminded this deal to have it removed so that people couldn't see how bad of a student he was.
Well, I think the use of the word masterminded is a little wrong. I followed my boss's direction. He said to me, I want you to ensure that my grades are never revealed. And I need you to go back to New York Military Academy, go to Fordham, go to University of Pennsylvania. He goes, I don't want them coming out. And so I followed my boss's orders.
You talk about...
And by the way, just to let you know, Don, it was actually Judge Barry once while we were sitting at The Apprentice and we were talking about it. Her comment to me was, he was at best a C student, at best. And, that's also verified by the recordings that Mary Trump has.
That explains his insecurity about the black man who was smarter and a better president than him.
Corpora gora Corona avatara Sangsara sara Bhujaginda mahara Sada basanitu হৃদয়া অরবিন্দে ভবামি সহিত নমামি ভবামি সহিত নমামি রবিক্ষয় সভামাজে দেবীলু সনয়ারে হাতে হুল ধরি সলে বিক্ষোভ কৌতুক্ষণে পাইলা গোয়া হভার ভিতরয়ানে রাম হরি রাম হরি বুলানির তর রাম হরি রাম হরি বুলানির তর
গিরি মল্লিকার নন্দরিক সৃষ্টি এই কৈলাস ভূমি আমার এই নিবাসস্থলী পার্বতী হবে আমি শংকৰে মহা সুখেৰে ইয়াতে কৰিছো বসতি ভকত বৎসল শংকৰামী ভক্তৰে আকুল আহ্বানতে নামি আহি কৈলাসৰ পৰা পূৰণ কৰো ভক্তগণৰ সত মনোবাঞ্ছা মন কিন্তু যেতিয়াই অধৰ্মৰ কাল বিভীষিকাই গ্ৰাস কৰে এই বিনন্দীয় সৃষ্টি মুহূৰ্ততে পৰিহৰি সম্যৰূপে ৰুদ্ৰ ৰূপে মই পাপী গণক কৰো বিনাশ এয়াই কৰ্ম আমাৰ ধৰ্ম বাৰু যাওঁ এতিয়া মই পৰৱৰ্তী কৰ্মতে হওঁ অগ্ৰসৰ